Like, I've given up literally 4 years of my life chasing medicine, and you want me to settle. I felt angry. Like, why will I have to settle now? Like, all these years. So what that boy told me was true. I will actually, because the boy told me that I was going to get older, I should better go. Okay, I'm all set. A few years ago, someone told me that if I kept on trying to get into medical school, that I was going to grow old with grey hairs. That I better go and find something else to do instead of me to waste my time to be looking for something that's not looking for me. I think this is one of the most defining statements of my life that have been said to me. I can still remember the whole team surrounding that day. I can remember the weather. I can remember the day of the week. Like, it is just so vivid. So I was actually trying to get into med school then. I think at that time that statement was said to me, that was my third trial of wanting to get into med school. Many of the people I left high school with, many of the people I left secondary school with, most of them were already in the university. Most of them were halfway through their degree. But here I was, still home, still trying to get into school to study medicine. It was actually a very tough time of my life, because I kept on trying, but for some reason I kept on failing. The first time when I tried getting in, immediately I left high school, I didn't get it. I didn't give it too much thought then. I mean, it was my first time and I was still young. I was 16. I told myself, it's not everybody that really gets it in their first trial, so I should chill out. That the second time is going to be better. The second time came and I failed. That was when it started dawning on me, okay, you are failing, no. You are actually failing. And it started affecting me, affecting my self-esteem, because everybody's in school. People keep on asking me, when are you going to go to school? When are you going to go to school? Are you not going to school? After then, no, not yet. I've not been offered admission. So coming to face those set of people every day and giving them the same story, it was tiring. And sometimes I avoid going out so that those people will not see me and start asking me questions. And the third time I told myself that I didn't want to put my eggs in one basket, that I wanted to take two pathways. It was either going to be via JAMB or it was going to be direct entry, which is like a pre-degree program where you do a 1-year pre-degree program, and if you pass well, you're going to go to 200 level in your desired course. And notes, between this period of when I left secondary school and when I was trying to get into school, I had to get a job to keep me busy, to keep me sane, because it felt like time was passing by and I was doing nothing. So I had to get a job to keep me busy. So the third trial, I was going to write my JAMB examination and I was going to do my pre-degree. I was doing both of them at the same time. I was preparing for my JAMB exams and I was running the program concurrently. So the JAMB exams came and I wrote, and I was pretty satisfied with what I did, so I thought. And the result came. Every single person I knew, every single person I knew saw their results. But for some strange reason, I did not see mine. It was always showing invalid. It was very painful. I mean, this is an exam I prepared for. This is like my third trial. Like, I didn't even get to have a fighting chance. Like, at least let me see my result. But I tried months. I did not see my result and I had to fall back to the other option, which was the pre-degree. I put my blood and sweat into that program. I prepared for it. I read. It was through that program I developed short-sightedness. It was after that program, I started having short sightedness because of the amount of effort I put into preparing for it. I was always reading throughout the night in bright light. I was going all out because I'm like, this is the fourth, like this is basically my fourth trial. I had to give it my all. I cannot afford to go back home after this pre-degree and tell my folks that I didn't make it. So pre-degree came, the exams came, I did beautifully well. The rating system was 16 points, I had 13 points. I had this confidence. 13 over 16, that's it. I was one of the top persons. I was one of the top scorers. So the admission finally came. And when I opened my admission letter, lo and behold, I was given anatomy instead of medicine. That was one of the most heartbreaking days of my life. I cried profusely. I cannot remember crying as much as I did then in any phase of my life. Like, I was so broken that it affected my mom. My mom was actually shedding tears with me. I think I was so out of touch with myself that I raised my voice at my dad, something which I regret. That was the first time I did it because he was saying, okay, why don't you just take this anatomy that they have given you, study the course, you can switch later. And I just retorted, why would you say I should study this course? Like, I've given up literally 4 years of my life chasing medicine, and you want me to settle? I felt angry. Like, why will I have to settle now? Like, all these years. So what that boy told me was true. I was actually, because the boy told me that I was going to get old, I should better go and change my course. So am I going to succumb? Am I going to step low? I'm not saying the course is a bad course, but it is not what I wanted. So why will I give up this long amount of time for what I wanted, only to come and settle? I was angry. I was very angry. I told my dad, I'm doing no such thing. I'm not taking this course. I'm so sorry. He is a supportive father. He was so supportive in those periods. He was always encouraging me. But when he made that statement, I understand that he himself was frustrated. I mean, I was the first born of the family, and I've been struggling for 4 years to go to school. It does not really paint a good picture. I'm supposed to be setting a good example for my siblings. I don't know if you get what I mean. I'm supposed to be going ahead, no pauses. So that time I had 2 choices. I either had to settle, or I had to try one more time, because it didn't make sense to me trying 4 times to come and settle. I'm like, let me just try one more time. And I knew within me that even if I failed that one more time, I would have still tried another time. It was like a drug. Like, I could not just explain, because those series of failures it just made me numb to failing. I'm like, okay, it can't get any worse than this. So I tried for the 5th time, my 5th trial, and I finally got in. I got into medical school at the age of 20. That was 4 years after my high school. That was after 5 attempts. I got into med school, and I'm currently in my 500 level in medical school, and I'm doing well by the special grace of God. Looking back at those series of failures I had, looking back at those disappointments I had, I came to realize that it was actually building something in me. And I'm not even joking. This is not normal cliche. It did actually build something in me. It did expose something in me. It did make me develop the ability to be resilient. The kind of resilience that comes with getting no. After after several trials. It takes a different kind of resilience to still want to go into something even if you have failed in several times. It takes a different kind of resilience. And sometimes I tend to wonder, if I had gotten into school on my first trial, would I have had this trait of being resilient? Because as I am now, it is very difficult for me to let go of something.